Hello everyone, it's me Jenny, and this is going to be my first ever anime update video. As you all know, I do reviews for SourceFed Nerd Anime Club, and sometimes when we're doing that, either I don't have time to finish an entire series in the course of a week, or I try and get them up in about 4 days, so I've got a chance of being featured. And or sometimes, as has been happening recently, we are watching ongoing current series, so they haven't all finished. And so I'm just taking a little while during VEDA to go back and finish some of the series that I really enjoyed. The first of which is Log Horizon, so link somewhere on screen to my original review. I watched 22 of the 25 episodes when I did that review, so this is going to be a very simple review of just the last 3 episodes, so be aware of spoilers. Basically, I really liked the way this series ended. It's clearly got a second season on the way. There's a lot of range to develop in this story, particularly the way that the world has been set up in-game. So you've got different regions that are completely unexplored. There are characters, particularly some of the guild leaders, who had very, very epic introductions and then were almost immediately shunted to the background, and so it leaves a lot of room for a lot of these characters to come back in a big way. So it's really nice foreshadowing for possible future seasons. So the world and the characters can definitely branch out in the way that they've built it up. Similarly, there's the big reveal at the end of the season that Chihiro has possibly worked out some form or some theory on how to get back to the real world, which means that possibly in the next season we can have a little bit more developing the ability to travel in and out of the world into the real world, which will be interesting. Although I do like the fact that this world is complete in itself. It's definitely a big unanswered question that I would like to see develop, and it will definitely bring up some interesting questions, particularly to do with Rudy, who is of course a person of the land who is now gained adventurer status, which means that if perhaps they do get back into the real world, will there be a point where he can go from being a program to being a real person? And that is incredibly interesting, and I definitely like to see how that story develops and what drama can ensue there. For people who are watching this only for the action, you might be a little bit disappointed by the end. I found it very satisfying, but that's because I really like the way that this build up from a tactics point of view. If you're after a big final epic showdown action sequence, it is kind of like that, but it's all tactic game sort of way of doing it. It's political manipulation and metaphorical battlegrounds, and so it's done in such a way that the way that the series builds up, I did find it genuinely exciting, and it was nice to see how the different ways that you would handle a battlefield work from a organisational standpoint. And it's a very interesting idea that this series sort of builds the idea that if you really throw your heart and soul into anything, then what you learn from that subject you can then apply to other things. So these characters have really learned how to fight on the battlefield, which means that when it comes to fighting in a political, running a business sort of system, they have that technique already ingrained in their system and then they apply it on. And that's a really interesting idea, and it's definitely one that I haven't seen in any anime so far, particularly the RPG genre where it's, you know, we just fight. This one's definitely got a using your skill set to apply to different factions of your life, and that's a really interesting idea. I definitely like the fact that a lot of the characters have definitely got room to develop, and Atsuki, the ninja girl, I still can't pronounce her name, I'm sorry. She definitely seems to have had a turning point at the end of the series, and I'm really interested to see how her character develops. Yeah, so there's a lot of character choices at the end of the series that will really help kind of flesh out the next season when it comes out, which I'm really, really looking forward to. And that's about it. There's not really much I can say about this. I think I mentioned most of the stuff, obviously, in my last review, because that was 22 episodes and this is 3. But there we go, first anime update done. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to comment and all of those lovely things. And I will see you all very soon, because I'm still catching up with my VEDA videos. Bye guys!